Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading, which I have lovingly dubbed your mid-year reality check. Um, Before we get too far into this, I have to warn you, this is not going to be, I don't know how I want to put it. This is going to be more tough love than it is going to be love. This is spirit guided. It's something I've recently done for myself, which has really screwed my head back on straight. So yeah, if you're not really here for tough love today or ever, whatever, I'm not going to judge you if you tap out, because sometimes you just need love, not tough love. Okay? But what we're going to do here is take a look at what you want right now, but also really look at the reality of your situation. Okay? We're going to look at the mistaken beliefs that both of these things have given you and the energy propelling you forward. And then we're going to get you some advice, something that's going to help you get on the path that you want to be on, right? And yeah, hopefully this helps. Because again, mine helped. So, and it's kind of nice to see sometimes what you think is wrong, and knowing that there might actually be something good. You know what I mean? So let's just cut the deck. And for those of you who have watched me before, yes, I am going to take the middle and bottom cards of the deck. They have been super helpful, and super clarifying in these readings. So, of course, I'm going to take them. Let's get the cards here first. All right. I like this. Starting out, you have 8 of Wands as the middle card of your deck. So there is definitely energy propelling things forward. It could be conversations. For some of you, this could be online dating as well. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress, which I really like. If this is the driving force to the heart of the matter, I like this a lot. A lot of energy being put into abundance, and yeah, perfect. Great place to start. But let's take a look here. This card here is your wants. So you want 7 of Swords. And this isn't saying that you want to be sneaky or cheaty or anything like that. I feel in this deck, the Light Seers Tarot, this card is about taking what you need and only what you need, right? It's not about being underhanded, although sometimes you might have to be to take what you need. I'm not promoting anything illegal, just putting that out there. But it could even be as much as having a conversation, because swords are the mind, they are conversation, and saying, this is what I need. This is what I need from you if this is a person. Okay, so you want, I think, just what you need. And I think also you might want honesty. You want clarity. I want to say 2 for some of you. The reality of the situation here is the Hierophant. It's long-held beliefs, right? This is commitment as well. This could be education, which it's kind of interesting to me to look at this and say, you want what you need, you want a little bit more, and what you have is already, in some cases, enough. You know what I mean? The commitment, something, it's like saying you already have it and maybe you don't really recognize it. But let's see here. This card is what your wants have mistakenly led you to believe is true, and it does not want to come up. So it's maybe something you don't really want to admit. Page of Cups. This is interesting to me. It's kind of like saying, because you want this, that you believe possibly something is going to be a little bit better, a little bit more open, a little bit more loving. In some cases, it might even be receiving good news for some of you. And then we have over here the wrong impression that reality is giving you. So whatever this Hierophant is giving you, this is your mistaken belief here, and that's 4 of Pentacles. That, how do I want to put that? For some of you, it's going to resonate as saying that whatever you have is already enough. And maybe it isn't. Maybe there is something more. Because again, this is a mistaken belief, right? So this is interesting. Leo had a kind of complicated reading too, and this is kind of feeling the same way. Because it feels though like you want a little bit more, but it's also almost feeling like you wanting a little bit more makes you kind of feel like an asshole, which I don't believe to be true whatsoever. Okay, because it's almost like saying you recognize what you have and it's really wonderful and you're really grateful for it. So reality is leading you to believe that this is enough, that and that you need to hold on to it and maybe not share it, because I mean, like, it's enough, but is it really enough to go around? You know what I mean? What it feels like here is you want enough to share with the Empress card. You want abundance, not just enough. You know what I mean? So it's almost like saying here with the Seven of Swords, your want is maybe self-sabotaging you a little bit. Not saying that it is a bad want to want a little bit more, but it's kind of also leading you to believe that maybe it's also never going to happen, because I see this every so often with the Page of Cups. That pig flying, you know the saying, yeah, sure, that'll happen when pigs fly, because, you know, pigs don't fly, they can't fly, they don't have wings, whatever. Yeah, it feels as though I hate saying it this way, but this is how it's coming across. It feels as though you're wanting or needing a little bit more makes you feel like an asshole, and you almost get the feeling that it's not really ever going to happen, even though you're still trying to be open to it, you know? Or maybe you believe that you're open towards it, but you're really not, because in the back of your head, there's still that "when pigs fly" phrase coming to your head, you know? So, oh, I don't. Ugh. Okay, this is the energy that's propelling you forward here, is the Queen of Wands. You do have this energy within you to really create the reality that you want with this Queen of Wands. You really have the spark, you have the creativity, and in some cases you have the ingenuity to really manifest these things. I feel like you're very attractive, you're very alluring, you're very charming, and you don't necessarily see it so much, which I think is why you haven't really brought up that you need more. You know what I mean? Because again, you just see this over here, like, this is great, this is good, this is just enough, but there is something within you, and you feel it, right? You feel it in this Eight of Wands. This is the energy propelling you forward as well. This is the driving force into that Empress card. So these two cards are connected. You feel this Eight of Wands energy as the Queen of Wands, and there's so much you want to do, there's so much you want to see. Like, you feel it, it's pushing you forward. It's almost as though you want to create more abundance, because you can't really talk about I need more, because reality is leading to believe that it's enough. What you already have is enough, but you know that there's more out there. You know that there's more to share, and if you could just create it, if you could just generate it, it would be there. But in the back of your head, you're just like, well, it's never gonna happen, whatever. I'm open to it, but it's so far-fetched. I don't really see it ever happening. But at the same time, there's something within you pushing you forward. It's almost as though you're really conflicted with yourself more than anything. Okay, so let's get you some advice. All right, let's start. Spirit's advice here is Page of Swords. Okay, this is your first card. This is a card of education. It's a card of learning what you need to do. And in some cases, it's a card of treading a fine line, because I feel like walking across a sword, between a gap like that is probably pretty dangerous. But I don't think she's concerned. I think she's using the knowledge that she's gained to help go where she needs to go. So this is saying to me that maybe there's something that you need to look at. Maybe there's something you need to really study at. Maybe you need a tutor in some cases to get you where you need to go. Your next card here is King of Swords. Yeah, that kind of fits. It tracks. It absolutely tracks. This could be going to someone who has the life that you want and asking, how did you get this? How did you do this? Or even if it's just a little thing that they've done, like, how did you achieve this? What did you do? I feel like this is going to a mentor and really soaking in the knowledge that they have to give, you know. This is also a card of planning, strategizing, and executing these plans to get where you need to go. I feel like there's a lot of wisdom to be gained down here. There really is. So I kind of also feel that it's going to take a little bit of focus, which I know can be really difficult when you've got the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Wands as like the energy propelling you forward. But I do feel that there's a lot to be gained here from focusing on these things. And your last card of advice here is the Nine of Cups. And this to me is saying, don't give up hope, right? Keep this goal in your head, whatever it is, okay? And I'm feeling here, okay, there is like a treasure chest here. It's full of gold, right? And reality is leading you to believe that the pentacles that you have are enough. So this could be like, if you want more money, if it's a raise at work, whatever it is, keep it in your head, right? Remind yourself what it is. Write it down even, kind of use it as an affirmation. It feels as though a little bit of an act as if energy. And I'm pulling that as well from the Page of Swords and King of Swords. Like, even though you are still learning and you've got some stuff to go to and you need to get a mentor or whatever, there's no harm in acting as if you already are where you need to be, right? Because the King of Swords is not a person who would, I think, really be ashamed that they don't know something, right? They're still a person who values knowledge and intelligence and would happily soak up whatever wisdom you have to offer. So there's nothing wrong with being a little bit of an apprentice and still carrying yourself as an expert. You know what I mean? That's not to tell people that you should be going off just saying like, no, that's wrong, when you absolutely have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not advocating that whatsoever. It's just kind of putting yourself in that energy, right? The energy that you want to achieve, I think will elevate you to achieving it while you're still working on it, okay? So keep this thought in your head, keep this goal, whatever it is. Don't keep believing that it's one of those when pigs fly scenarios, okay? Because again, this is a mistaken belief, okay? It's a mistake. If you need a little more from the universe, if you need just a little bit more, right? Because again, the mistaken belief is what you have is already enough, right? Don't believe that there's no more out there for you, because there's abundance. The world is abundant, you know? And if you take the steps that you need to take, if you ask Spirit, like, the universe will provide. Okay, so let's just get you a little bit of, all right, I was gonna say get you oracle cards, and they just flew right out. So you got oracle cards. Bottom of the deck here, I really like this, so I'm gonna point it out. Canary Spirit, sing your own song. This is kind of telling me that you need to bring a little bit of your own spark, a little bit of your own individuality into such situations. But I mean, I don't think that's an issue. If the Queen of Wands is the energy that's propelling you forward, the Queen of Wands has no problem being her own person, right? So I think you're already there. Now, the cards that have come out, you do have a few, are Dragonfly Spirit, Truth Transcends Illusion, right? And I do feel like that is going along with this Page of Cups and that pigs flying energy. The truth is that there is more. This is not an unattainable goal, right? And then the last two, I'm going to bring them out together here, are Grasshopper Spirit and Eagle Spirit. Take a leap of faith. Spirit has your back. And this, I'm pulling them out together because it comes through to me as take a leap of faith because Spirit has your back, right? That's what that feels like to me. So overall, I actually really like this for you, Virgo. I think it's more of a mindset issue that's holding you back. I feel like it's kind of an easy change. Like you believe you're open to it, but at the same time, you're not really. So I think you just need to get yourself actually open. Believe that this is possible. All right. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Virgo. If this resonated, please drop a like down below. It lets me know as a tarot reader I've tapped into your energies, which is super important for me because I do strive to give the most accurate message that I possibly can. I wish you the very best of luck in this. Because this is a mid-year reading, I am feeling like this advice and the events moving forward are something that kind of starts to happen throughout the rest of this year. Okay? So I wish you the very best of luck. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one.